This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or evening, or whenever it is that you see this. Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk with my weekly vlog right here on Northeast Streaming Sports. You might see this on demand on Roku. You may see this on Facebook or Twitter, wherever you're seeing this, YouTube, wherever you're seeing this or hearing this on the podcast sites. We appreciate your checking in, and we hope you'll like and share this video, and also go to TGI Sports Talk and like and follow the page. Also go to Northeast Streaming Sports and follow that page. Get those Roku devices downloaded, guys. Get that. You want to get Northeast Streaming Sports downloaded. We are really starting to grow. Listen, guys, today I want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. Got to work out with the Raiders this week. By all accounts, it went okay. There's reports that there's two other teams that are interested in maybe working him out, or at least talking to him. Don't know who they are. I hear that the team formerly known as the Redskins is one of them. You know, it brings up the debate, though, about Colin Kaepernick. Do we care about Colin Kaepernick anymore? Do we think he can play in the league? Listen, guys, I've had the same opinion the entire time. Take this politics, this civic activism out of the equation. I don't care. I really don't. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Other people are going to have different thoughts on this. And guys, feel free to share if you disagree. Let's take that out of the equation. I don't think Colin Kaepernick can play. I've been of the opinion all of this time that Colin Kaepernick, if he could play and help a team win a championship, would be in the league and would have been in the league already. He wouldn't have been out the last 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is. This is a league, by the way, guys. You know, look at. So he kneeled during the national anthem, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is what it is. And it didn't become a big deal until the networks made it a big deal. And by the way, this is on a sidebar. If it's such a big deal, why were the networks not even showing the national anthem, except for maybe playoff games, Super Bowls, whatever? During the regular season, they go to commercial. It wasn't a big deal until he kneeled and then the other players kneeled, and it became a whole thing. We all know this. I don't want to revisit all that. My point is he can't play. If he could, this is a league, the NFL, who has employed players that could help their teams win that have been accused of murder, double homicides. Won't mention any names, Mr. Lewis. But are wife beaters, woman abusers, all around bad people. Antonio Brown kept getting a job because teams thought he could play and help them. If Colin Kaepernick could play quarterback at a high level and help a team reach the playoffs and potentially win a Super Bowl, he would have a job. That's been my opinion since day one. He's not been blackballed, I don't think. Now, you could make an argument that they would put up with the other nonsense that comes along with Colin Kaepernick if he could start and help them. But if he's going to be a backup quarterback, they don't want to, they aren't willing to deal with that other nonsense. It's possible. But I'm telling you right now that if he was valuable enough to help somebody win a Super Bowl, he would be in the league and would have been in the league since he hasn't, what was it, 2015 or 16, since he's been in the league. I'm telling you, he can't play. I'm telling you that – when they went to the Super Bowl, what year was that? When they went to the Super Bowl during the 2013 season and went 12-4 with a gimmick offense, the pistol, defenses caught up with that. And after that, he was exposed as a guy who wasn't very accurate throwing the football. He could run the football. He had some attributes that were valuable to that pistol offense. But once defenses caught up with that, and his inaccuracy throwing the football caught up with him, and his inability to read defenses caught up with him, and defenses understood that, they were able to take away the things that were successful in that 49er offense. And Colin Kaepernick was a big piece of why that team went backwards from that point. 12-4 in 2013, and in his last 35 starts, 11-24 was a record of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, were there some other issues that went on there? I'm sure there was other, depletion in talent. But I'm here to tell you, as I've been telling you since 2016 or 17, when the blackballing of Colin Kaepernick started in people's minds. And I'm under no illusions. There are plenty of people in this country that are happy that Colin Kaepernick has not been allowed back in the NFL because of his political views and his activism. I don't necessarily agree with the things he does or says, but I'm watching a football game. I'm not here to watch a political rally. I'll turn it off until that's done. But I don't think that's what's at play here. Again, he can't play. He's been worked out. He had his own workouts. Are there plenty of backup quarterbacks in this league that can't play? Yep. All over the league, there's backup quarterbacks that can't play. I got one on my own team, Mr. Hoyer. Now, he contributes other things to the team, helping coach up the other quarterbacks in a sense, carrying a clipboard better than anybody else, and playing for a low salary. So there's a couple of things that come into play here. Even if Colin Kaepernick were better than a lot of these backup quarterbacks, you got to pay him more than you're paying him, most likely. Plus, the other stuff's going to come along with him. But I don't think that's the overriding factor. And again, I am not really saying he should play or shouldn't play. I could care less. To go to my first question, do we care? I could care less. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't play well, he won't be in the league, which is the case right now. If he plays well and helps the team win a Super Bowl, there's going to be people who hate him and there's going to be people who love him. But the NFL will eat up every minute of it because they will get plenty of publicity out of it. Nike will eat it up like crazy. But I just don't think he can play. I mean, I don't know how many times I want to say the same thing. I've said this for 6 years now, 5 years at a minimum. Colin Kaepernick would be playing in the NFL if he could read a defense, if he had better accuracy, if he could help a team win a Super Bowl, if he wasn't 11-24 in his last 35 games. I mean, again, let's not forget, to those people, and the Mad New Yorker brought it up on our Are You Serious show on Friday. He needs a chance. We need to see him play in games. I saw him play in games. He went 11-24 in his last 35 games. Please, guys, all over the league, if you are a Colin Kaepernick fan and think he should be in the league, which there are a lot of people, by the way. And this isn't strictly cut down by racial divides either, by the way. There are people in my demographic who think he should be in the league and is better than some of the starting quarterbacks in the league. Well, if you're of a team, I don't know, the Jets, the Giants, the Lions, whatever team, the Panthers. I mean, you guys are all over your starting quarterbacks, and I'm sure there's other teams for not winning games. Well, this guy who you want to get a look at in real live action and not in workouts is 11-24 in his last 35 games. I know what he can do, and he hasn't played in 5 or 6 years. How good do you think Colin Kaepernick can play? Again, I've said to you, he hasn't played in 5 years because he wasn't talented enough to do so for the money that he was demanding to be paid. I have no reason to think he'll play better with a 5-year layoff than he did in 2016 when the team was 1-10 in games he started. 1-10, guys. 11-24 in those 35 games. 3-16 in the last 2 seasons he played. Can't play consistent winning football in the NFL. He just can't. It's sad, but he can't. Sorry. He had a great year, had a great run, went to the Super Bowl, had a chance to win it. It's over, Colin. Go away. Got nothing to do with the racial thing, not from my standpoint. This isn't a racial conversation for TGI Sports Talk and Keith Engel. This isn't about your political views. It's about the fact you can't play quarterback. I was asked if Bill Belichick would sign him. I like guys of high character, don't get me wrong. Would that come into play? Probably. But again, if Bill Belichick thought he could help him win a Super Bowl, he would consider signing him. He brought in Randy Moss. He brought in Corey Dillon, who was not one of the most a player that leaned towards conformity. There's others too. But he can't play, guys. It's that simple. You agree with me? You disagree with me? I don't care. Make a comment. Tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care. Like the show. Share the show because you think I'm ridiculous in my opinion. I could care less why you share it. Just share it. And get to TGI Sports Talk and like and follow the page. I'll say lots of things you'll disagree with. Maybe you'd like to get into sports debates. I'm your guy, man. We'll have some fun. Come to the show. We have a lot of audience participation in my shows in college football on Wednesday nights and in the world of sports in general on Sundays. Guys, Keith Engel, TGI Sports Talk, right here on Northeast Streaming Sports. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.